Hello and welcomes back everyone, and Wolf here with even more Star Wars The Old Republic, playing as Ciaphas Cain here, my Jedi Knight, here on the prologue world of Tython. Where we last left off, we were finally getting into some combat. We were somewhat pressed in the service by the Jedi who greeted us over at the Master's Retreat, Darren Weller, letting us know that the native flesh raiders were attacking fellow Padawans in the training grounds of the Gnolls. As such, we came over and have pushed back the Gnolls and met up with a Jedi Master, Augustine, who sealed the cave system which the flesh raiders were using to enter the Gnolls. In fact, we have a codex entry on Augustine, a grizzled Jedi Master who's fought more battles with the Sith than any other living member of the Order. He was an eyewitness to the sacking of Coruscant, the destruction of the Jedi Temple, along with the loss of his Padawan, hardened him. Now considered a maverick among his peers, August prefers to leave meditation, debate, and diplomacy to the Jedi Council, while he goes out and gets things done. Despite his sometimes abrasive nature, there are many among the Order who respect August as a man of action. Yet even though he would be the first to proclaim that the Jedi need more individuals like himself, August is still haunted by what he's seen and has refused to take on a new Padawan for many years. So yeah, he's certainly seen tragedy. But he has asked us to meet him at the Jedi Temple to report to the Council about the situation that is unfolding. The fact that the Flesh Raiders were being led by someone who claimed to be a Jedi and was wielding a lightsaber.
Juba da Maxa. Womi Topi.
Indeed. So, we have to head down the valley here. Before we do that... Oh, we should talk about, the tags here. Pretty self-explanatory, I know. But red indicates hostile, green indicates friendly, yellow is neutral, which means you can attack them, but they will, try to retaliate, of course. There's also blue, which tends to mean they may be in your party, or friendly in some other manner. We have some of the local wildlife here. Here we have these ancient statues that the Jedi are just beginning to uncover once again. The birthplace of the Jedi Order was lost for many thousands of years when known hyperspace lanes leading to the region collapsed, a fate that has befallen many worlds in the unstable heart of the galaxy known as the Deep Core. After the destruction of the Jedi Temple on Coruscant, Satele Shan embarked on a search to rediscover the lost world. Guided by the Force, he ventured into the Deep Core and re-emerged with astrogation charts detailing a new series of stable hyperspace lanes. Tython was once again connected to the rest of the galaxy. Initial exploration of the planet took several months as Jedi scouts combed the surface for clues to Tython's history. Lives were lost, to a troubled landscape, to the Flesh Raiders, and to forces unknown. But soon, the Jedi Council established a new temple on this world, determined to rebuild Tython and return it to humble glory. We're heading over this way because we were talking about standard and weak enemies earlier. And over here, we can encounter our first strong enemy, as indicated by the symbol next to their name, or the symbol around their character portrait. We have Chanag here, one of the more powerful Flesh Raiders. He has 3 times the health of his, compared to the hunters around us. Maybe even 4 times the health. Suffice to say, strong enemies deal more damage, have more health, are more of a threat. Later on, of course, we'll encounter even more challenging opponents. There are elite enemies and champion-rated enemies as well. You tend to find that strong and above tier enemies will always tend to drop an item. And later on we will encounter droids. If you have the scavenging crew skill, strong droids and above can be broken down into raw materials. But we'll talk about crew skills later on. Let us continue on our journey towards the Jedi Temple. What I may do is I may... Is it graphics, maybe? Ah, yeah. The camera max distance. I'm just going to increase that slightly so we can back away from our character a little bit further. When I was while I was recording my Imperial Agent series, someone asked if I could pan my camera back even further. And to be honest, I didn't even know that was possible. We always were kind of here. Or maybe here. But yeah, I didn't realize we actually had the option to take it all the way back to... We can go all the way back to here. If we really wanted. So we have other Flesh Raiders lurking. Literally, some of them are called lurkers, waiting to ambush us. The increasing hostility of the Flesh Raiders represents a growing threat to the Jedi Temple. Now the path to the Jedi Temple has been beset by Flesh Raiders. Eliminate as many as you can on your way to the temple itself. back along this way, there used to be a security chest. See if I can quickly show it off. This, that's a trap. The injured flesh raider here. This is an ambush. If you don't kill him in a single blow like we did there, I think there are 2 ambushers or 2 lurkers that come out of the shadows, shall we say, and attack us. Oh! The security chest is still here. How handy. And here is the Jedi Temple itself. The music swells. Don't you just feel inspired? You have various Jedi being tended to. Jedi learning their combat forms, their techniques. We have little training ground simulations here. Always having little debates about Jedi philosophy, no doubt. Some meditation going on. We're bound to have gained a new codex entry. Ooh, maybe not just as yet. Oh. Someone wants us on our holo communicator, but first things first. Yeah, the Jedi Temple here. Since the destruction of the original temple during the sacking of Coruscant, the Jedi Temple on Tython has become the spiritual home and sanctuary of the Jedi Order, housing meditation rooms, lecture theaters, and the Jedi archives. The temple's architecture was deliberately changed from the original on Coruscant, in line with the Jedi philosophy of non-attachment. The new design is intended to echo the style of Alderaan's famous castles and to invoke the Jedi virtues of humility, serenity, and patience. Construction began a year after the Jedi made a permanent settlement on Tython, and took 3 years to complete, using local Typhonian stone and timber. The temple site, built upon the ruins of a much older temple, was chosen by the Jedi Council after a week of fasting and meditation. While the temple's formidable technological defenses are concealed and integrated into the architecture, it is the presence of the Council and the Jedi who train there who truly ensure its safety from invaders. That and not many of the Sith know Typhon's present location within the deep core, thankfully, or the hyperspace lane to get there, which helps a great deal. There was something they mentioned. Oh yes, about the temple site, the temple being rebuilt here. There were other choices of where the Jedi were considering building their new temple, one of which is a series of ruins to the south, but we may rediscover that later on. Either way, who's trying to contact us?
Padawan, I'm Ciaphas Cain, leader of the Jedi Council. I'd like to speak privately with you before we meet with the others.
You have my full attention, Master. What do you need?
This isn't a discussion for a comm channel. Come to my meditation room in the temple. We'll talk there.
Okay. And we gain a new codex entry on the Grand Master of the Jedi Order and the leader of the Jedi Council, as we just discovered, Ciaphas Cain. Born on the core world of Brental 4 and descended from the legendary Jedi Bastila Cain. If you played Knights of the Old Republic 1, you would know. Both a gifted warrior and wise teacher, Ciaphas was personally responsible for rediscovering Tython and its hyperspace route. Ever since, she has devoted herself to the Jedi resettlement of Tython and the revitalization of the Order. Ciaphas has played a key role in recent galactic history in other ways as well. She fought on the front lines of several major battles, including the battles of Alderaan and Renvar, and was present even as a Padawan during the Imperial retaking of Korriban, the first modern contact between the Empire and the Republic. She is greatly respected by certain members of the Republic military, and her advice is often sought out even by the Supreme Chancellor. In person, Ciaphas' strength in the Force is matched with a keen intelligence and a subtle sense of humor. Yes, the legendary Bastila Cain plays prominently in Knights of the Old Republic 1, one of the few Jedi who was known to have the ability known as battle meditation, an ability to inspire and focus her allies into working more efficiently and more effectively, and it was used in various fleet battles to win engagements. Which is why, what was his name? Iron Jaw himself. Oh yes, Darth Malik. Sought to wipe her from existence, while by turning the world Taris basically to glass, by bombarding the planet while she was upon it. So, here we are in the Jedi Temple map. We have the lower level here. I doubt there's a certain individual in the Jedi Temple Cantina, but we'll go take a look just in case. Yeah, there's no one here, as expected.
Nice to see customers. Can I get you anything?
Ooh. There are some, interesting armor pieces. So this is some of the armor that would make us look like the typical Jedi consular here on Tython. This is the typical armor worn by the Jedi Knight as well. Interesting. I do like this armor set. Tempting. I might have something, we might receive something similar.
Feel free to browse.
So I'll save my coin for now. but I'll certainly keep that in mind.
Nice to see customers. Can I get you anything? Feel free to browse.
Change the music on the jukebox, because why not? We'll leave the patrons to enjoy. People are gambling within the Jedi Temple. There is a current seasonal event happening where gamblers are all over the place in various cantinas.
Welcome, Padawan. The temple is already buzzing with accounts of your heroism in the training grounds. Master Orgus told me you battled flesh raiders, and a Force user armed with a lightsaber. That must have been a disturbing confrontation. Are you all right?
I'm sorry things ended in violence, but I'm glad to be alive.
Taking a life affects the living Force, and the one who does the killing. This is why Jedi enter battles calmly, with reason. Emotions like fear and anger lead to the dark side.
The man I fought wasn't angry or fearful.
Not on the surface, perhaps. As the Jedi Code teaches us, there is no emotion, there is peace. Remember those words when times are darkest. And take this. The Code is a source of strength, but some backup never hurts. I'll see you soon in the Council Chambers.
Okay, we have been given a title. And yes, some backup never hurts indeed. She's given us a new Electro Staff. As a Padawan, of course, and because we haven't finished our trials, we have yet to be allowed to learn to wield a true lightsaber.
You should obey Master Orgus's instructions. May the Force be with you.
Indeed. Okay, let us go meet the full Jedi Council and discuss what we learned. Oh, we have another lore object here we can interact with. About the Jedi Council themselves. We'll have a look at that after we've spoken to them, I suppose.
I searched the temple archives. This Force user leading the Flesh Raiders never received Jedi training.
Then the Sith have found us. Shouldn't we get ready for them?
Calm yourself, Padawan. We can't be certain of anything yet.
But we've all sensed a growing darkness. Perhaps it's finally revealed itself.
Someone want to bring me up to speed?
We're just having a nice end-of-the-world chat.
Everyone, this is the Padawan who saved our people in the training grounds. This is Master Kiwix and her extremely vocal Padawan, Kira. The other masters are transmitting from distant worlds.
It's unfortunate our numbers are scattered.
Indeed. The temple's safety is unexpectedly threatened. The Flesh Raiders were disorganized primitives before today.
I think you've been misinformed.
We clearly underestimated the natives. The man leading the Flesh Raiders probably wasn't acting alone.
Much of Tython remains unexplored, and we have few resources to spare.
I'll handle it with the help of my new Padawan.
Orgus, you haven't taken a Padawan since Coruscant.
The Force is strong in him, stronger than I've seen in decades.
I can think of no finer master to complete this Padawan's training.
It will be a privilege.
Don't get too excited. You're in for some hard work. You'll find supplies in my chambers downstairs. Go equip yourself. I'll meet you there.
It seems we are being chosen as Master Augus's new Padawan. And as we learned from his codex entry and from a fellow member of the council, it has been over 10 years since he last took another supplicant to undergo their final trials. We will need to have a word with him in his chambers.
Slow for a reason.
I don't care. I'm ready for the final trial.
The Forge. You can't be serious. You could die.
Maybe. My master can't keep me a Padawan forever, can he?
Sometimes you'll overhear NPCs having a bit of a chat about their situation. As we'll no doubt learn, and from what I can remember from the lore, and people can correct me if they want to either add more or correct me because I'm mistaken. From what I recall from obviously some of the lore of the Jedi, if a supplicant, I don't know what the term would be, I suppose, initiate perhaps, isn't chosen by a master before they reach a certain age, they're not driven out of the order per se, but they are chosen to take on other duties, such as clerical roles, or become part of the Agri Corps, or become a Jedi Scout, as we heard about earlier. It's the same with those who fail their trials as well. Because they're force sensitive, the Jedi understand that resentment could brew, and that the supplicants may seek other training, and therefore become a danger to themselves and to others. And so there are, I don't want to say lesser positions, but positions where they may be more suited. It's a very diplomatic way of putting things, perhaps. So we have a new entry on the Jedi Council. Those who walk the path of the Jedi are guided and overseen by the Jedi High Council. Sworn to protect and defend the Republic, the Council has existed in one form or another for millennia, comprised of the wisest Jedi Masters of every era. After the destruction of the Jedi Temple and the signing of the Treaty of Coruscant, the modern Council removed itself from the politics of the galactic capital and settled on Tython, the ancestral home of the Jedi. Led by Master Ciaphas Cain, the Council now struggles to uphold its peaceful ideals in the face of the Sith threat. This paradox is reflected in the personalities and beliefs of various members of the Council. Some, such as the scholarly Master Ciaphas Cain, hope the Sith can be redeemed and turned to the light side. Others, such as the militaristic Master Jedi Knight, believe peace can only be achieved when all those who serve the dark side are destroyed. Yeah, the Jedi are sworn to defend the Republic, of course, and yet they are only here to act as mediators, really, diplomats, and to protect the innocent, the weak. Yet at the same time, the Republic would have them leading troops into battle, even now, 3,500 years prior to the events of the movies where similar occurrences actually happen. But we'll take another break here. When we come back, we'll go see our new master and see what trials he has for us. Thank you all for joining me with even more Star Wars The Old Republic. As always, feel free to leave a comment if you so wish, and hopefully I'll see you for even more next time. Until then, though, take care. Bye bye now.